Wow, it is truly a beautiful day. The sun is just shining. It's nice and warm. I've got some sandía, some watermelon juice. Um, yes, I'm excited about this live. I recorded a video yesterday, but honestly, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't like it, so I was like, I woke up this morning, I was feeling good. I was like, let me hop on live and talk about what I wanted to talk about yesterday. So I'm happy to be here. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, or yeah, a few more minutes before getting started, and we're gonna talk about it, right? Let's get to the root of it, is what the title of this live is for today. I'm sure you can imagine what it's about. If I have to leave because of these roosters, I'll be back. But we'll see. Hopefully they go on. All right, so I will wait a few minutes before getting started. There's a chicken and some little chicks behind me. They're so cute. You might be able to hear them. I know you hear the roosters. They go at all times of day and night, right? All right, so hello. I am gonna go ahead and get started. I hope everyone is having a great day and happy holidays. Merry Christmas to those that celebrate, those that are with their families and everything for the holidays. Happy holidays. So today, I really just wanted to talk about getting to the root of it. We are going into 2025. Like, 2025 is here, right? And so many of us are on to greatness. Great things are about to come our way in 2025, but it's very important that we start things off right, okay? And that includes our foundation, building our foundation, because without that foundation, if we're standing on rocky or shaky ground, everything else will fall. And that can be said for the literal, for the physical, material world, but also as well as like the spiritual, the internal world. So I'm going to be talking about the root chakra or the Muladhara chakra today. And I'm going to be giving you some signs that your root chakra is unbalanced or deactivated and it needs some activation, right? I'm going to give you those ways that the ways that you know that your root chakra is unbalanced. I'm going to give you some ways to balance it, and yeah, we're gonna do some things together today. So I'm excited. I'm sweating because the sun is like right here. But yeah. So hello. Thank you for being here. I am Sacred Soul Child. As you see, this is my channel. So again, we're gonna be talking about the root chakra today. Okay. So what is the root chakra? You may have heard these things called chakra. Let's back up. Let's back up a little bit, all right? So what is a chakra? You may have seen things about chakras and you may think that it's demonic or whatever the case may be. But a chakra is nothing more than an energy center, okay? These are not physical points in our body. No matter what you believe in, everyone has these energy points in our body. It's nothing more than an energy center, okay? It's not a physical organ or anything. Although these energy centers do affect the organs around, okay? So you may have commonly heard of the seven major chakras, right? You have starting at the root and then going all the way up to the crown. But we have several more. There's like thousands of more chakras in our body. And so again, we're going to be talking about the root chakra today. And I might have to go get a towel because I don't want to start sweating. Hi. I mean, I don't want to be drenched out here. But so yeah, the root chakra is actually the basis of your human existence, right? And it's also the last chakra for an animal's existence, okay? So this is why, or this is the reason that we still have some of those primal, those primitive instincts, okay? It's the root chakra. And the root chakra is how we are connected to this physical, this 3D material world, all right? The root chakra, or in Sanskrit, it's called Muladhara chakra. This is responsible for your sense of safety, your sense of security. It's responsible for your foundation, for stability, okay? So ways that you know that your root chakra is unbalanced or, it needs a little work is you're feeling uneasy. If you have feelings of uneasiness, anxiety, if you are fearful about the future, if you have problems with finances, if your finances are kind of shaky, all of these things are represented in the root chakra, okay? So it's all about foundation, it's about security. Now, as I just mentioned, this is not a physical, it's not a physical thing in your body, right? It's an energetic thing. But this energy is located at the base of your spine, all right? So for women, it's located behind the cervix, right at the top of the tailbone, all right? So that is where the root chakra is located for women. And for men, it's a little bit different. But on this channel, we talk about the goddesses, all right? So I think a cat just got one of those chickens. Hello, hello. So yeah, any questions so far before I move on? This is not going to be a long live. I just wanted to introduce some concepts, and yeah, as we move into 2025, it's really important to, have a firm and stable foundation. Like it's imperative. It's imperative physically, but also energetically. So on the physical side, on the material world side, it's like, she likes to talk to me. So it's like a tree, okay? And the root chakra, the roots of, you can think about the roots of a tree. So the growth of the tree is dependent on the roots. So if your roots are shallow, if your roots are not in firm ground, if they don't have enough space to grow, what's going to happen is your tree is either going to be weak when it grows, or it's not going to grow at all. And so it's really important to nurture that foundation, to cultivate that foundation, and really secure the ground that you build on, okay? And so that is why we were talking about the root chakra today. Because in 2025, we want to build on some things. We want some things to come into our realities, into our vortexes. And so yeah, we want to build that foundation and make sure that we are really secure in who we are and what we're building on, so that later those things don't fall. And that's just on a physical standpoint. On a spiritual standpoint, or metaphysical or energetic standpoint, um, I've not even mentioned Kundalini yet, but that's going to be a different video for a different day, and it's getting me excited, right? The root chakra is the basis for the rest of the chakras, okay? And so these lower three chakras is what connects us to this physical reality, and the upper chakras is what connects us to spirit, right? And so this can be considered our lower self, and then the higher chakras connects us to our higher self. And so when you talk about Kundalini and you talk about moving that energy up the spine to get it to the crown chakra and then back down again, because it's a cycle. It's going to move up, but then it's going to have to go back down. It's a constant kind of oscillation of energy. And so the energy cannot move up the spine without this root chakra being balanced. And the lower three chakras are the hardest to get balanced: that root chakra, that sacral chakra, and that solar plexus chakra, okay? Those three are the hardest, but once you get past that, things are pretty much free flowing from there. So again, it's important to start on firm foundation, start on solid ground in order to build. And yeah, let's see. So the root chakra can be considered, it's like a generator, right? It's a powerful generator, and it's always present, but sometimes we have to activate it. Sometimes we need to balance it, which can be said for any of the chakras. But the root chakra is like a generator, and so it kind of needs a little bit of get up and go. It needs a little bit of force to get going, okay? And so that can be done with breathing, which we're going to be doing a little bit of breathing today. Yeah, so that can be done with like a breath of fire, or not or, but and visualization. So when you're doing your breath of fire, when you're doing your meditation, when you're doing different asanas or yoga poses, focus your mind's eye, focus your energy right at the base of the spine, right in that tailbone area. For women, again, behind the cervix, okay? Focus your energy right there as you breathe. And so let's go ahead and start with a breath of fire. Let me make sure that there's nothing else I wanted to mention about. I don't know if I mentioned how you know that it's unbalanced. So, how you know that it's unbalanced? Financial issues. Feelings of uneasiness, fearfulness, scarcity mindset, lack of abundance. All of these things are indicative of an imbalanced root chakra. Okay? So, moving on. I think I already mentioned that, but it's okay to mention it again, right? Any questions before we move on to more of the physical movement stuff? Hello, everyone. And thank you. All right. So before we get into the physical stuff, let's do the non-physical stuff. So, some things that you can do to balance your root chakra to really get a sense of a firm foundation and security and stability with your root chakra include you can do things like grounding and earthing, okay? So I know for a lot of people it's cold outside, um, but when it's warm outside, going outside and putting your feet in the ground, okay? In the soil, allowing yourself to absorb that energy from the ground. This can also be done with um, my partner swears by these earthing mats, these grounding mats. It goes into the electrical outlet and it connects directly to the earth. And so while you're sleeping, it helps you to absorb that energy from the earth while you sleep. So that is one way that you can physically balance your root chakra and get a sense of grounding, stability, security, and you know, build your foundation. Now, another way for you to do this is by utilizing color therapy, all right? So, I don't know if you can see this, but I have on these pants, I have a little bit of red in it. Red is the color that is represented by the root chakra, okay? So, when I say color therapy as a way to balance the chakras, this looks like wearing the colors. So, wearing different shades of red. This could look like putting out different red decor in your home. This could look like, um, having red roses, different red flowers over, in your living area, okay? So, this is color therapy. And this is another way for you to balance your chakras, specifically your root chakra. I have some watermelon juice here. As you see, it's this beautiful red color, okay? This is another way for you to balance that root chakra. Consuming foods that are red in color, for one, but also, you want to be mindful of the functionality of the foods that you're consuming. So, if your goal is to balance the root chakra, consume foods that are good for your gut, good for gut health, okay? So, pineapples, leafy greens, things that will aid in digestion, all right? And so, that's gonna move me right into this next part, all right? So, I mentioned breathing. And we're gonna do that now together. I hope you join me and not just watch me. So when you breathe, you want to breathe deeply. You want to, and I'm gonna pull my pants down a little bit so you can see my belly expanding. You want to expand the belly. Fill the belly with breath, okay? So inhale deeply, allowing the belly to expand. Exhale. All right. Inhale, allowing the belly to expand. Exhale. All right. Now, as I mentioned, the root chakra is like a generator. So sometimes you kind of have to like rev it up a little bit to get it started. And so you may want to do that with a breath of fire. All right. Now, this is not for everyone. So if you are already short winded, if you're hypertensive, you may want to be mindful or modify how you do your breath of fire. And so it's just literally a quick breath. You barely inhale, but you exhale, and it's all through the nose, right? So and it's not from the chest, it's from the belly, okay? So maybe you even hold your belly to feel that the breath is coming from there and not a shallow breath, okay? You want to go deep in the belly and breathe, all right? So it would be like this. All right. And when you're doing that breath of fire, or when you're doing your deep breathing, you can even close your eyes and visualize that root chakra right at the base of your spine. Visualize a red glow around this energy center, around your gut, okay? When you're doing your breath. So like this. Okay? Now, don't worry about any, some things might come up, your nose might get a little gross while you're doing that, but that's fine. It's all a part of it, right? All right, so we did some deep breathing, we did fire breathing, we talked about how you know that your root chakra is imbalanced, we talked about what even is a root chakra. So something else that you can incorporate for the activation or balancing of the root chakra is different asanas, different yoga poses, okay? So one yoga pose or asana that you can incorporate into your routine, or just, maybe when you wake up or when you go to sleep right before bed. This is something that you can incorporate to kind of help you to ground and remember your foundation. And let me segue. As you heal and as you balance different parts of your chakra, different parts of your energetic body, this is not a one-time thing, okay? You're gonna have to continue to balance and revisit these things over the duration of your lifetime. So even when we move the energy up the spine, when it moves past the root chakra and it moves past the sacral and the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and into the crown, it's gonna go back down again, okay? Because it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So you're gonna have to revisit this again, all right? So the asana, one asana that will help you to activate your root chakra, to help you to balance, to ground yourself, to get a sense of security, of safety, of stability is frog pose, all right? And so I'm going to demonstrate frog pose and kind of guide you through it. Let's see. Okay. So when you're performing frog pose, you want to start in tabletop position, all right? So your hands are on the mat. Your knees are parallel with your hands, and all are shoulder width apart, all right? You want to make sure that your spine is in a neutral position. So it's not arched, your back is not arched, and it's not rounded out. It's just in neutral position, all right? Your feet are flat, so the tops of your feet are down on the mat, all right? Next, you want to open your knees. Allow your knees to go slightly outside the width of your hands. So move outward like so, all right? Lower yourself slowly to your elbows, like so. And again, maintaining that neutral spine. Lower yourself. Allow your feet to go to the outside, all right? Following your knees, and lower yourself slowly and gently. All right, so this is frog pose. It's a great hip opener. It's a great way to activate the root chakra and improve circulation. And yeah, it's just really a great grounding pose for the root chakra, for activating the root chakra, opening the hips, improving circulation, and it's also a great stretch before, playtime, right? Okay, so this is frog pose. And you want to hold that for 1 to 2 minutes. If you have any knee problems, also, it's great for relieving tension in the lower back. So that is good for that as well. If you have any knee problems, any knee injuries, if you have, again, if you're hypertensive, you may want to modify these things. Okay. Let me just check my notes and see if there's anything else that I wanted to mention today. Again, it's just a quick live. I hope everyone is having a great holiday if that's what you're into. Okay, so I think that is pretty much all I had for today. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. And these are just physical ways to balance the root chakra. This is not even getting into the inner work, right? So when we talk about foundation, hold on. If there are holes in your foundation, some inner work that you want to do, it all goes back to childhood, right? So maybe there were times in your childhood where you didn't feel safe, where you didn't feel heard. Maybe, you know, you worried about finances. You know, your family had some financial issues, and it caused you a sense of uncertainty, a sense of a lack of stability. Okay, so it's important to go within. Yes, do the physical things, but also you want to go within, because on this channel it's about balance. It's about holistic wellness, which includes the physical and the spiritual. All right, so maybe you want to spend some time with yourself and do some journaling. And I actually have some prompts here. All right, so, and this is for my own personal, journey. This is what I was working on before I turned the camera on this morning, right? So, what is at the core of your human existence? How do you build on your foundation? How do you establish your foundation? Where am I feeling uneasy, nervous, fearful, or scarce? And then I wrote, roots of the tree are responsible for how or even if the tree grows. All right, so those are just a few journal prompts that you can utilize to kind of pinpoint where or why your foundation may be unstable. Why is your root chakra unbalanced? Okay, imbalanced. So, um, yeah, go ahead and evaluate those things about yourself and get them into balance before 2025, all right? Because amazing things are coming your way. They're waiting to find you. Everything that you want is waiting to get to you. It's waiting on you. But there's some things that you have to heal first. There's some things that you have to stabilize. So it all starts there. So start at the ground, start at the root, and build from there. All right. If there are no questions, I'm gonna get on off of here. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope that this was helpful. All right, no questions? All right, thank you. Bye. What is a root chakra? I guess you'll have to run my live back, okay? Because I've covered that. What is a root chakra? All right. Um, but all in all, short answer, it's your foundation. All right. So, any other questions before I end? No questions? All right. Thank you. Bye.